there's a meditation before you enter the water. It's you are entering into Mother Nature's dance without gravity, and it will provide for you as long as you listen to the vibrations of what's happening.
It's almost making me emotional listening to you. Because,
it makes me so emotional
because yeah,
it is.
I am with my Aquarius sister, Tej. Do I ever say your name right?
Tej, yes.
Yes. Because sometimes I call you Tej, Taj.
Tej.
I be forgetting which one. I be like, oh my God. But
Tej.
you're my soul sister, my
no.
Aquarius soul sister. I love everything about you. I love your home. You travel a lot. You've been everywhere. You've been all around the world. You're such a conscious sister. That's why I definitely wanted to talk to you. Not only is she my Aquarius sister, but you're so conscious. You're so alive. You're so helpful. You love children. You love math. You love being a teacher. You love being a coordinator. You work in radio. You're a part of the movement. You're a part of so many things. You just have so much life. And yet you're so just down to earth and very, contained,
Oh, kind of contained an Aquarius. I know about that, but
I know. Well, I mean, you just have a certain energy about you that's really calm, a calm spirit. Like me, I'm the opposite. I'm like on high yang energy, and you're just like,
that's how we get along.
Yes. Yours seem calm, except for when we're in the ocean. So that's what I want to talk about. Oh my gosh, how did you even start, surfing? What made you attracted to the surf lifestyle? What makes you attracted to the water?
Well, I'm not a big wave rider at all. I have a longboard. I do other things with it. I play in the surf. Maybe ride a few waves coming out of the ocean, but swimming, submerging myself, and there's a lot of beauty out there. One time there was some dolphins going by, and I had a fiberglass board that Dinon gave me, and I saw these dolphins, and I rolled off my board. I was like, I want to be in their vibration. Just beautifully, not because they pick up every vibration. And so to receive their power in the day is just the most powerful blessing.
It is.
That, those of us who understand can really dance with and understand. And what happened is then I had a long leash, and so I was twirling underwater, spiritually calling them, or being in the same motion as I knew they were passing by. And when I came up, my head thumped the bottom of the fiberglass board, and within a heartbeat, the dolphin was right there next to my board.
Oh,
that's how sonically clear, and just how connected you feel. And I know my students and different people are like, what about sharks? And I'm like, this is Los Angeles. What about LAPD on melanated people?
Yeah, it's more sharks outside the water. Get me to the water.
You're not gonna get a shark that way. What is look at the ratio of police killings. Look at the ratio. So we deal with a lot of this stuff as activists here, and so we go and have those conversations. Getting our students to come to Pan African Beach Days. And, what does it mean as a melanated culture to be collective at the ocean? It is one of the most powerful experiences ever. So we're an immigrant family from India, and my parents had souvenir shops in Newport Beach as their business. And relocating and adjusting to an American lifestyle is always difficult. And I remember as a child, when we would close the shop at the Newport Beach Pier, my mom would take us to the water. As I got older, some things happened in life, and I always knew that the ocean was a place that I could go to when I needed to, especially at the point when trust was broken. That the only thing at a certain point in my life I could trust was the sound of the ocean.
Wow. Yeah.
And by watching my mom go there to heal her heart, and to keep strong and be able to be with us girls. I was a swimmer. I got a wetsuit for $5 in Santa Barbara.
That's awesome.
At a garage sale. It was a man's wetsuit. It was a small size. I jumped in a man's wetsuit. I didn't care. I paid my $5, I paid my dues, and I would go and just swim. And as an Aquarius, the release of gravity, as a mathematician, always staring into the stars, watching momentum, dealing with internal balances. It was always a safe space for me on my communication, because sometimes I couldn't find the words in English. English is my second language. And it was a safe space for me where nobody could get to me, and just go underneath the water, and I could just be one with the go far out there. Like every time we go out together, she's like paddling toward where you expect the sharks to swim. Past the break, the way where ships and stuff like that. And I'm like, you have scared me a couple of times. You have actually scared me. I'm like, wow, but you're peaceful out there, and you just come back in. Yeah, and actually that I was able to even go out farther, because when I met Didon, Didon would go surf, and he knew I loved the beach. And he would surf, and I was a swimmer, and so he would spend 2 hours surfing, and I would just in the wave, dance and play, 2 hours off of my feet, roll on my back, keep my feet up, just not touch the ground for 2 hours, and be able to just like play around. And he told me one day, he's revolutionary, Mr. Freedom Fighter, always, liberation. He said, Tej, if you had a board, you can go out even farther and go be free. And so he gave me a board. Even though I grew up at the ocean, I didn't play in the surf that way. I danced in a different spirit, with the energy of the earth, and would study my mathematics accordingly. And so when I got the board, then I realized through some time on spending with it, and that it's either your turtle shell, so to speak, as your stomach, as part in unison with your body, and you're just gliding on water, or it's a flotation safety device. Because he's like, you can go out so far and just roll off and dip around and play, but you're attached to a safety device. You can come in at any time, that you need to. So you can't sell an Aquarius on a higher, stronger idea,
right?
With more liberation and more freedom and more connection in a safe space. Now, and so the sound of the waves crashing is such a natural time of music that not only is there sound trust, but if your physical body and clay, you're made out of light, water, salt, and you're literally out in the ocean, in the universe, with light, water, and salt.
Yes.
And so there's no better place for you to hear what the topic is on your heart, because you're in survival mode. Yes. You're not in a panic survival mode, because you're dancing with nature. Dancing with nature is just breathing with nature. And so sometimes, I could just glide out there, and just like I don't realize how far I'm going, because I'm in such Mother Nature's arms, and swimming on my breathing stomach as a turtle shell on my board, and just gliding out there and just chasing that light, that I don't need to have fear in my heart that something's going to come and attack me, because those are things I'm feeling on land. This is my escape. This is my safe space. Training, and your neurological system, by spending a certain amount of time in a certain amount of space, your neurons begin to settle down in certain conversations about it.
I'm like getting high and listening to you right now. Like
there's something gliding out there.
There's something happening to me. Listening to you, like I'm in a trance.
That's
Keep it going, girl. I'm like there. Like I'm feeling everything that you're saying right now. Oh my God. Yeah.
You meditate before. We've been at the beach many mornings together, and I went out, and I guess it's limited in English to say the word spit, but spit doesn't necessarily have a negative connotation all the time, because my motto is kind of like, I'm at your mercy. I'm with this board, which is either we're two parts as my flotation device, or we're one as my turtle shell, or sometimes I'll pop up on my knees and just glide, and just like glide on water, and you're just in this zone on a location on an earth where nobody else is in the world. And so what kind of energy are you channeling to come back in a balanced state. And for me, it's to go back and contribute to education and contributing to teaching about mathematics and living and dancing in the forces of nature, in unison with the release and relaxation of my body. And it all began out of rebuilding trust.
Wow.